pretties, welcome to my Kendall Jenner inspired makeup look. Let's jump right in. So I'm starting off with the Tatcha water cream to moisturize my skin and have a nice smooth base for my makeup. Now I'm just going to clip back my hair so that it stays out of my way while I apply my base. I am now just prepping my skin using the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. Just taking my beauty blender and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, I'm just going to dab that into my skin. And I just like to add as I go to get my desired coverage that I would like that day. And then I just make sure to blend it up into my hairline and take it down the neck as well. Taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I apply that to my under eyes to get rid of my dark circles, under my nose to get rid of my red spots, and then I apply it to the higher points of my face to really highlight it, so that would be my nose, my forehead, and my chin. I'm taking the same beauty blender as before and just blending that all out. When I focus on the eyes, I really like to go up and out to create that snatch look. Then I use the Laura Mercier setting powder to set that all in place. I'm now taking the Physicians Formula Butter Collection and lightly dipping into the Sunset Bronzer and applying that to my forehead, cheekbones, and under my jawline, and then blending it down into my neck. I now have the Anastasia contour, and I'm applying that to my cheekbones. I just start at the top of my ear and work my way down to my mouth. And then I blend that up into my temples and then apply it to my forehead and just really work it into my hairline and kind of blend it all out as I go. Now it is time to bake my face, so I'm using the same Laura Mercier setting powder as before, taking that onto my beauty blender and starting at the middle of my ear and working my way down to the bottom corner of my mouth. Now I am going to contour my nose using the same bronzer that I used previously. So I like to start at the top of my nose and then work my way down, and then I would just work my way back up into my brow bone, and then I like to bring it out to the corner of my eye. Then I just apply that to my bottom of my nose and just above the tip of my nose to really create a lift. I'm just going to bake my nose now, so it's pretty simple. Just stay along the lines of your contour, bring it down the nose, and then after that is all done, take a smaller brush, dip it into my setting powder, and just put that on the tip of my nose and then along the bridge of my nose. Now I'm taking the Anastasia Blush Trio. I'm dipping into the two darker shades and I'm just applying that to my cheeks, and then I'm just blending it down into my contour. And then I take the darkest shade in that trio and I just apply that to my forehead and some on my chin. And now I'm just going to start with the base of my eyeshadow. So I'm taking the Tarte Pro To Go palette, dipping into the lightest shade. I just apply that all over my lid using a fluffy brush. Focus on the upper portion and then bring that out to the tip of my eyebrow. time to wipe off the bake, so I'm just using a big fluffy brush and just brushing that all away. Going on to my brows next, so I'm just taking the Anastasia dip brow and the eyebrow brush. I just start by brushing up my brow hairs, and then I apply the product to the middle of the brow and work my way outwards, really focusing on the tail at first, and then slowly working my way to the front of the brow using leftover product on the brush. Now onto the arch of the brow, I just dip into a little bit more product and then start at the top, arch of the brow, work my way down to the tail, and then I just fill that in using really light strokes. Using the spoolie end of my brush, I just brush that up and through and then on to the next brow. Now it's time to carve out the brows, so I'm taking my Too Faced concealer, dabbing into that lightly with the brush, and then I'm just carving out the brows. And I really brought mine out straight so that I could achieve the signature model look. And then once I got the shape I liked, I just took my finger and blended it all out. Just taking the Maybelline brow gel and just setting my brows into place. Taking the NYX Ultimate palette, I am grabbing a lighter brown shade and I'm just applying that just above the crease and lightly winging it out. Taking the darker brown shade, I am just applying that into my crease and lightly working it out towards the tip of the tail of the brow. With one of the lighter shades in the palette, I'm just going to dip into that and then pop that onto my brow bone and blend everything together. Taking the NYX finishing spray, I'm going to spray that onto a flat eyeliner brush, and I'm dipping into the darkest brown shade in the palette, and I'm pressing that into my lash line and then slightly winging it out. Taking the same shade, I'm just bringing the liner from the top of the lash line onto the bottom of the lash line. Set that all in place using the NYX matte finishing spray. Then I take the Becca highlight and my highlighter brush and pop that onto the highest points of my cheeks, tip of my nose, and down the bridge of my nose. under the arch of my brow, my cupid's bow, chin, and the highest points of my forehead above my brows. And then I took my mascara and just slapped that on my lashes. If you ever get mascara on your eyelids like I always do, just take a clean mascara spoolie and just rub that and it'll come right off. Just dabbing a tiny bit of a pinky nude lipstick to give my lips some color, and then I finished it off with my fave gloss. And this is my final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.